Hey guys, how's it going? I'm in Pennsylvania, so this isn't going to be the typical video with intro and all that. I don't have my computer, but I just wanted to make a quick video talking about existential dread and some of the things I'm dealing with these past couple days. So I quit smoking the day before yesterday. I quit drinking coffee the day before yesterday. I finally put my foot down and said enough's enough. I don't want to be addicted to anything, but yesterday, and today's not been so easy, but I'm fine. I've dealt with a lot worse, but yeah, I just can't get comfortable. Like I feel like I'm freezing, and then I put the blanket on, then I feel like I'm too hot. I'm sweating. I just, comfort's an interesting thing. When you don't have it, it's like, man, this is really uncomfortable. You guys know what I'm saying, anyways. It's been a rough couple days, but I'll get through it, man. And I don't know why I get through things. Like there's some fucking golden trophy at the end of the road. Like if I get completely sober of all addictions, let's say a week from now, I'm still going strong. What has actually happened in my life? I've removed a few small little addictions, but the truth is I love those addictions, and that's why I'm addicted to them. I love taking my first sip of coffee in the morning. I love hitting my bowl. So is a sober life really better? Is a sober life really got more of a golden trophy? Is being addicted to zero substances really make you all that much more of a special spiritual being? No, not really, man. It's more of like a personal test type shit. I know that it's not going to accomplish anything or make some great difference in my life. I mean, weed's not cheap, so there's always that, but nothing's really gonna happen, man. Nothing's gonna change. I'm not gonna fucking grow a halo and fly out of this fucking shithole reality getting sober. But addiction's an interesting subject. I know I've talked about it a few times, and addiction's weird because the brain is tormenting you because you're not in its comfort zone, and its comfort zone is hit that bowl again, smoke that crack pipe, inject that heroin, whatever. It's unfortunate that the brain wants to torment you because it's not happy enough. Addiction makes absolutely no sense. I've talked about addiction several times and how it doesn't make sense, but that's actually not what this video is about. I'm talking about because I'm dealing with it right now, but this video is actually about existential dread. And what is existential dread? Well, it's a combination of a bunch of different facts that leads to a very unsettling feeling. And this feeling is so grotesque and gruesome and powerful that it leads a lot of people straight to suicide. And so what I don't feel all that much about this reality anymore. I've been just doing this for such a long time, and but every once in a while still I'll get this feeling of existential dread, like just laying in my bed thinking about the hopelessness of this situation we're in, about the hopelessness of reality, the hopelessness of all of it, the being forced into a body into an existence that you never asked for, not liking the very existence. I mean, almost feeling like you're stuck in a bad trip is a good way to explain it, because you're having an experience you do not want to have. Existential dread is sort of like a permanent life bad trip. And if you've ever had a bad trip or a panic attack or a high anxiety or I don't know what else I could relate that feeling of existential dread to, just pure hopelessness, like all is lost. Like if I told you that you are a creation in the mind of a psychotic God that created you for its entertainment, only to torment you for its entertainment. Well, that's sort of, and you may not get the feeling that comes with that because you're not taking it serious. But if you truly believed what I just told you, you would get a feeling of existential dread. Like there's nothing I can do. The bad stuff happening is all that's going to happen. And so I'll get these moments laying in bed where the thoughts are going through my mind, and they will get accompanied by a feeling of existential dread. It usually only lasts for a second or two before I I guess you could say tap out, or just I revert my mind to a new thought, because sitting in that feeling isn't very pleasant at all. But it is just a dreadful fucking feeling, existential dread. I mean, it is just the most uncomfortable feeling you can imagine. And a lot of conscious souls experience existential dread. The information usually leads to bad news. The information usually leads you to being painted into a corner and having nowhere to go. And that's not what I want to do to people. Even if everything I say is absolutely true and this is a simulation, I don't want to lead people into because whether it is or not, it doesn't matter. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter, but whether it is or not, they are still going to have their human experience. If I contaminate their intellect with my thoughts and it leads them to suffering for the next 50 years they're alive, the only thing I've done is bring negativity into somebody else's world. You could argue, well, Chris, the alternative is for them to live in ignorance. Yes, I don't care. I don't care. I don't want people living in ignorance, but I even more so don't want people living in existential dread, even if it's true. And I know for 1,000 years I've said, I don't give a fuck if it hurts your pussy. I'm about the truth. I'm going to tell the truth, whether blah, blah, blah. That's me. I'm built different. I can deal with existential dread and keep going. I don't like the feeling of existential dread. I'm not over here fucking getting off to it. But I will say that I can deal with it. I can deal with a lot of shit. And I'm tough. I'm fine with that. Whatever. Life goes on. Nobody cares. And the pain is all you have. And if you want to cry to somebody, that's not going to work for you. You're a grown man. Figure it out. Nobody cares. And that is the brutal, hard truth of this reality. I get on YouTube, and I get on with the intention of making people feel like they have somebody to relate to in a world that's gone to hell. I get on YouTube with great intentions, but my intentions make a small difference. They really don't matter that much. If I could get on YouTube saying, I just want to make everybody laugh, the video might end up with me crying and making everybody sad. If I get on YouTube thinking, I want to make everybody happy today, some creep comes into my stream and annoys me for an hour or two. Reality is too chaotic to ever try to make any kind of sense of any of this shit. Because if you figure out that 2 + 2 = 4, some weirdo is going to yell at you, curse you, and tell you that it equals 5. And that's reality. The conflict and chaos in reality is what I don't like, but it is brought in by the very people I'm trying to save, or trying to help, or trying to give somebody to relate to, or trying to just make them smile in a world that's gone to fucking shit. When I say the world's gone to shit, I don't necessarily mean the old typical, oh God, look at politics, guys, Trump's a tyrant, look, there's war in Iran. Who gives a fuck about the show of this godforsaken fucking reality? It's a shit show. And some dude sitting in his fucking bedroom making videos on YouTube with 1,500 subscribers is not going to affect anything. Anything. And if I was ever in a powerful enough position to make a change, I would get disappeared and nobody would know, and I would be forgotten about a week later. That's the reality of it. Chris, this video is not helping. This video is making me feel more existential dread. I understand that. It's a very low down, dark feeling, existential dread, and I don't know how to get around it. If this is a simulation, and you're built to think that it's a real reality that's meaningful and spiritual and connected, Well, learning that it's not that, and that, well, it may even be lesser than a real reality. It may even just be a simulation, a created realm in somebody's D-Wave computer. That's a dreadful thought. That's a dreadful thought. I almost want to push them back into a spiritual belief, because at least there they still had hope. Was it ignorance? Yes. But at least there they didn't feel like dog shit 24 hours a day. At least there they weren't uploading a video every day talking about how awful reality is and how people are trash and this reality is trash and politics are trash and celebrities are trash and everybody's trash. And who's to say what is an important way to be? Really think about it. You may agree with my approach. I just got done watching a quick highlight of Robbie Lawler's career. Robbie Lawler is a UFC fighter. He was a great fighter. He was the type of fighter everybody wants to watch. He never talked shit. He never, put on fancy suits. He got in the cage and beat the fuck out of people, and it made you love him because he was that much of a savage. So I watched his retirement video. Basically, they had him in the octagon. He just won a fight in the first round. He knocked the dude out in like 30 seconds. His last fight, and this doesn't happen often. Most fighters' last fights are usually pretty dreadful. Actually, you could even say their last like 5 or 6 fights are pretty dreadful before they put the gloves down. But old Robbie knocked out the person in his last fight, which is impressive. But I'm watching it, and it showed he was tearing up. They had him in the cage. Robbie, thank you for your time, blah, blah, blah. Joe Rogan was telling him, you're a great fighter. Let's watch this clip we made. And they basically made a highlight video of his career, his moments. He's crying, he's tearing up. Tough guy. But obviously, he's literally put his whole life's work into this UFC career. Of course he would tear up. You would have to be a goddamn fucking weirdo to not feel that level of emotions for your accomplishments. But I look at it and I go, now here's from my perspective is, well, he's just a guy that gets in a cage and pulverizes people. He bashes people's face in, knocks people out, and that's primitive, man. That's beneath me. Okay, well, I'm a dude on YouTube with 1,500 subscribers. If they ran a highlight video of my life back, and a highlight video of Robbie Lawler's life back, 99.999% of people would agree he's had an overall better life, a more productive life, a more exciting life, a more impactful life. Millions of people have seen Robbie Lawler. I don't know how many have seen me. And it doesn't even matter. It's not a dick measuring contest about who's popular. It's a dick measuring contest about who did the right thing in this world. I don't know if my life was better than Robbie Lawler's. I don't know if my life is better than the weirdos that attack me. I don't know that, and who am I to say? Who is anybody to say what is the right life to live? There isn't one. You do the best you can with what you're presented. You may be all about spirit, but if some guy's holding you up for your wallet with a pistol, in that moment you're not thinking about the Bible, you're not thinking about God, or you're thinking about the situation that's presented in front of you. That's all you ever can do. You can stress, you can worry, you can say, well, this might happen, and this might happen, and this might happen. And I'm not telling you not to be weary or cautious or prepared, but you really can't prepare for life. It's going to fucking deck you with its right hand, it's going to jab you with its left, and then it's going to punch you in the liver with a left hook. And it doesn't give a fuck how you feel about that. It just wants to observe how you react to it. Life does not care if it hurts you. The only thing life cares about is how you reacted to the hurt. There is no life worth living here. Was Robbie's life worth living? Was my life worth living? I don't know. I don't think anybody in their right fucking mind would want to re-experience the life that I had. No human being in their right mind wants to be a 5-year-old baby watching their 6-year-old brother get fucking nails stuck into his face and thrown across the room into a fucking brick wall and then kicked in his ribs full force by a grown man. Nobody in their right mind would want to deal with a whole childhood full of fucking terror, traumas, abuses, and nastiness. And then an adulthood of what carpentry and inventory management and blah, 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 the shit I've done. Who gives a fuck? If they ran a goddamn highlight video back of my life, it would be pretty fucking boring. This dude built spall cabinets for years. This dude built kitchen cabinets for years. This dude did inventory management for a few years. This dude fucking did irrigation and painting for a couple years. This dude, who cares? Who fucking cares? I wouldn't want to watch back. I wouldn't want. It was a dreadful life. It's the life not worth living. What life is worth living? Was Robbie's? Is Donald Trump's life worth living? Is a rich person's life worth living? Is a poor person's life worth living? Is a skinny person's life worth living? Is a fat person's life worth living? I don't know. Who am I to say? I don't think any life is worth living. Show me the one that's worth living. And you could show me a life of a person that's just the most righteous. I don't know. They hold the door open for the old lady, and then they run across the street and beat up the guy that was mugging somebody, and then they, rescue a stray cat. And they're just the most angelic, perfect person ever. Would that be a life worth living? I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say if there even is a life worth living. I struggle in this place. Not so much anymore, but I mean, I'm 41 now. Okay, if I was saying I don't struggle that much anymore and I was 21, okay, then man, but man, it took me the majority of my life, and I'm not a young puppy, to get to a point where I guess you could say I can deal with life, or I'm okay with life. But I struggled here the majority of my life. I didn't understand people. I still don't. I'm fascinated by it. So I'm fascinated with psychology and human behavior and the way people act, the way people react. I love that kind of shit. I love, love it. I hate it. I'm interested is a better word. Not love, interested. I'm interested in it. And, but me as an individual, I was always a very gentle-hearted person. I was always a gentle kid, and I was forced into violence. I was forced into watching people get brutalized or getting brutalized myself. When I was in, the neighborhood, I constantly had to deal with fights, getting jumped, fighting all the time, just fighting all the time. I didn't like my childhood, and I didn't like school. I struggled in school. I didn't understand it. They had me in the bad kid classes since I was in 5th grade. I just refused to participate. I didn't understand it. It was bizarre to me. I struggled. I was never content or happy. Everything about life that people do in life is bizarre to me, or just doesn't click with me. Going to school for as long as we do, 12 to 16 to 20 years of schooling, 20 years of my life doing some shit I didn't want to do, so I can graduate and then go do another 50 years of some shit that I don't really, and you could find a job that you want to do, but okay, how long is that going to last? How long is that going to last? You would have to be an actor, musician, or painter or something to truly enjoy your job forever. But even those things would become redundant. For example, my brother Dean loves cooking. He's a great cook. Everything the dude cooks just comes out amazing. But if he had to cook for a living, he would hate it. So, anywhere from 12 to whatever years of schooling to go into another 40, 50, whatever years of working. Who the fuck wants to do that? What human being in their right mind would ever want to do something like that. We are forced to do these things. We're forced into a situation where we have to work. Not we want to work. We have to work. We have to go to school. We have to do this and that. This whole reality is like everything against free will while proposing you this idea simultaneously that you have free will. There isn't any. I haven't had free will since I was a little kid. I didn't want to be in an abusive family. I didn't want to be around abusive people. I didn't want to grow up in fucking ghetto-ass neighborhoods, being called a fuck cracker every day. Like, I didn't want to deal with any of that shit. I didn't want to go to work. Who the fuck wants to go to work? Everybody in this reality wishes they were retired. And I don't mean when they're in their 50s. I mean when they're in their fucking teens and 20s. They want to be retired. Nobody wants to get up and have to go to work. This whole reality, we're subjected to fucking rules and situations that it's forced onto us. That's not free will. That's not free will. That's slavery. This is also one of the thoughts that leads to existential dread. When you feel hopeless, when you feel powerless, when you feel like it's all meaningless, how the fuck are you supposed to come out on the other side of that feeling any better? You don't. It feels like hell. It feels like anxiety, worry, stress, depression, all the greatest things that, we look forward to as these human entity things when we get up every day. Boy, I sure wish I could fucking experience some goddamn depression today. I sure wish I could experience some goddamn fucking anxiety or suffering and misery. Boy, I can't wait to get out there in that hot ass sun sweating and clean up the yard that's just always a goddamn chore. If I go out there and pull the weeds for 4 hours, trim every tree for 2 hours, cut the lawn for an hour, guess what happens a week later? I got to do it all again. It's like chores. What? It's a chore reality. This reality is a goddamn work simulator. And the interesting part, all the subjects that are forced in it to take part in it don't like working. So what is this reality is a uncomfortable situation creator. This reality is a realm that constantly forces you into chaos, depression, misery, work, struggle, worry, bills. You have nothing. You'd like to live in a good house, but you can only afford this roach motel. You would love to have some nice clothes, but you can only afford these little shitty knockoff fucking brands. You would like to have a nice car, but well, that ain't your life script. You're meant to drive this old fucking Pinto. Every single human in reality wants to be rich. 0.001% of people are actually rich. Most people in this reality don't want to work. 0.001% of people don't have to work. Most of the people in this reality. I mean, you get what I'm saying. It just, look, at the end of the day, I keep giving statistics and graphs and papers and blah, blah, blah. The truth is, bro, motherfuckers are killing themselves in this place, bro. And that's really all I would ever have to say if I was speaking to a logical reality. I'm not talking about you guys. A lot of you guys are logical. I'm just saying in general. The populace. If I said that to the whole of humanity, this place is so bad that motherfuckers will eat a bullet to get out of it. That should be all I would ever have to say. But it's not enough. You know what's funny? The other forced subjects forced into this slave system will then make excuses against what the person that ate a bullet did. Oh, well, they weren't normal. No, they were very fucking normal. You're not normal. Well, they must have just had a mental disorder. Or they were completely normal and you have a fucking mental disorder. This realm is so dark, motherfuckers blow their heads off to not have to deal with it. This realm is so dark that motherfuckers have to take mind-altering medications and substances to get by every day. I'm not dark and negative. The realm is. I'm shining a light on it. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm kind of fed up, sort of out of energy and gas to deal with the stupidity of all this fucking realm and the bullshit that comes with it, and dealing with the people that you have to deal with, and so on and so forth. It's just so fucking energy draining and exhausting, and I don't know, I've sort of just had just about enough. And it's not even like I'm all that angry or mad or depressed. I'm just done. I'm just like, yep, I've had enough about this bullshit. I don't even watch conspiracy videos anymore. That used to be my life. I used to love conspiracy theories and pondering ideas and thoughts and, oh, what could it be? What could it be? What's reality? Maybe the Gnostics had it right. Maybe their little cartoon story about the archons and the Sophia and the blah blah blah. Maybe they're right. No. Maybe the Christians got it right. I mean, Jesus was such a good guy. He just fucking got sacrificed, and I guess that means he was God. I mean, the fact that people hold on to so many cartoon of the mind beliefs should speak volumes to anybody talking on the subject about how this realm is, because, well, if you need literally billions, not millions, billions of people living in mental cartoon delusions while while 60 or 80, whatever it is, 105,000 people kill themselves every year, and so many are on psych meds and blah, blah, blah. Just to top it off, just to be the cherry on the top of this shit pie. I mean, what more do you need to see? What reality do you live in to ever say somebody that struggles in this place, oh, there's just something wrong with... No, motherfucker, there's something wrong with this place. There's nothing wrong with the people offing themselves. And sure, mental issues exist. Sure, there are people that have real mental problems and blah, blah, blah. But the majority of them, they're actually really good people, and they're sick of suffering. They're actually really good people. They're just sick of being lonely. They're sick of being an incel. They're sick of being in poverty. They're sick of struggling. They're sick of depression and worry. They're sick of anxiety. They're sick of judgments by other people. They're sick of their nasty family and their nasty siblings and their nasty relatives and neighbors and people around them. They're sick of politics and all the bullshit that comes with it. They're sick of... Do you know that their sick of list could probably go on for another hour? Let's talk about the list that they're happy of. They're happy of having a bunch of money and not having to worry about paying bills. They're happy of owning their own home, owning their own vehicle. They're happy of being able to feed themselves every day, I guess. The list of happiness, really, it's very short, and not very many people have it. So what are my conclusions looking at this realm, this hell realm, this simulation, this whatever? I don't know what it is. I do know it suffers people, though. That's what I do know. I don't have to go into a book. I don't have to go into a cartoon of the mind, mental comfort zone. I can just use my eyes and my ears and come to that conclusion. People here struggle. Period. End of discussion. That's what the human soul is subjected to. Discomfort. Period. End of discussion. You can't argue that. It's fucking observable. Whether the earth beneath our feet is a ball in outer space or a flat plane inside the mind of a god or a fucking domed video game creation, doesn't matter. We still walk around. We still got to get up and go to work, whether it's a ball under our feet or a flat plane. What the fuck does it matter? Well, you can say it matters because, well, Chris, if we expose that the ball's a lie, well, then, it's a huge step towards getting to the truth, and it's a huge step in revealing your leaders are demonic, lying fucking weirdos. So it matters in that sense. But I'm saying, from our perspective as what we experience, what does it matter? It doesn't. It doesn't. Unless you're like circumnavigating the earth, the shape of it doesn't matter. Unless you're a map maker, the shape of the earth doesn't fucking matter. If I started walking south, I wouldn't get back to Florida for another fucking 2 years from Pennsylvania. It's like, it's big enough that it doesn't even matter anyways. I'll never be able to walk all the ways to the edge of it. I mean, not to mention I'm not allowed to, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what does it matter? But this is what humans care about. This is what humans get stuck up on. Things that don't matter. How much, if you had a brother and you were trying to convince your brother that was a ball earther that it's a flat earth, and your brother blew his brains out the following day, is him knowing the earth is flat really that important to you? Or is him knowing that you loved him more important to you? I don't want to make people unhappy or depressed. I don't want to make people upset. I don't want to reveal a dark truth to people. I'm a truth seeker by nature. I don't have a choice in it. That's what happens. I'm scripted this way. But the truth is, I'm not happy with the outcome of my life and what I do. I'm not happy making people depressed or feel existential dread. I'm just not happy doing this. There are some positives that come with revealing truth or being a truther or making YouTube videos or whatever. Okay, I mean, having the people say, I struggle, listening to you helps me. That helps. That's cool. Being beneficial to people. That's about it. I'm never going to change reality. I'm never going to make such an impact that it matters. And again, if I was in a powerful enough position to do said thing, I would be disappeared by some invisible entity that nobody ever discovers, finds, or busts, and they'd get away with murder and life would go on. I'm not trying to sell hopelessness. I'm just trying to talk about the observable reality and what I've seen happen so many times. So yeah, to sort of wrap this video up at 33 minutes and 11 seconds. This place is dark, whether it's a hell realm or a soul trap or a simulation. It's dark. It's fucking dark, and if you don't know that yet, you will find it out. When something or somebody you love dearly dies in front of you or dies in your arms, you're going to realize real quick, oh man, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. The setup is a lose-lose for the souls that were forced into this realm. All the things we struggle and suffer for do not get made up for with goodness. So we struggle, we suffer, we're depressed, we're miserable, people are killing themselves, life's depressing. And you would think on the other end of the totem pole would be some sort of, balance. Like, but then you feel good every day, or but then you get to experience euphoria for an hour a day. But no, there is no but leading to goodness. When I say I get old, I pay taxes, all these things I'm forced to do, I die in the end. There's no accomplishment from any of it. There's no winning goalpost or finishing the story. It's just the suffering and the end, and that's it. What the fuck is this place? So, I actually just recently uploaded a video saying this is a simulation, this is where I believe. I sort of believe that because all fingers point that way with the Mandela effect, the mysterious nature of history, blah, 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 the domed, fucking closed, limited environment, all of it. It screams simulation. But a simulation for what? A simulation for what? So, I don't think that this is, well, I do think it's, let me rephrase this. Just 2 days, whatever, a week ago, I uploaded a video saying, this is where I'm at now. These are all my current beliefs. And I don't disagree with anything in that video. But my current belief, 1 week later, is whether it's a simulation or not, doesn't matter. This is a make you uncomfortable realm. That's what it specializes in. That's what it does to us. It puts us in dreadful, awful fucking situations. And just observes how we react to all of it. So yeah, it's a dark video. This one, it's literally and metaphorically, it's dark, but it's true. Dark but true. So yeah, if Metallica ever made a new song instead of making sad but true, they should make a song called Dark but True. This place suffers us. Full stop. End of discussion. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope your day-to-day in this bizarre worry, stress, struggle, us realm isn't all that bad. I hope you guys are well off. I hope you guys have enough money where you can just kick your legs up and relax doing your prison sentence. I hope your guys' day-to-day just isn't so bad. But do recognize what's going on here. It's pretty dark. It's pretty bad. Anyways, I love you guys. I don't know why I love you guys. I don't know most of you guys, but in my heart, I have a deep compassion for other people. And I really wish I could make this world better. I did the best I could so far, guys, and I'll continue to try. But I don't think I'm going to succeed in my mission. I can't rewrite the code of reality by exposing the code of reality. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, and it's unfortunate. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Not the best news of a video, but it's a Christopher Sedaris video. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.